Uh, Hello. My name is Matthew Douglas. Uh, it does say in the first few minutes, introduce yourself to your peers. And those who know me and have had me in class know that I talk. It's kind of what I do. So I'll try to make it short. Um, who are you? What is your background, age, family, career, etc.? 42 years old. Um, Family consists of my wife Amy, who works in admissions at USF. We have a daughter, Erica, who is in seventh grade at Memorial, and my son, Thomas, who's in second grade at Discovery. My background, I guess, kind of ties into my career in a way. I was born here in Sioux Falls at what was Sioux Valley Hospital. Um, my family moved to Canton when I was in third grade, and then Rapid City when I was in sixth grade. I'm a graduate of Stevens High School. Um, After that, went to South Dakota State University. I am a very proud Jackrabbit. You'll see me mostly wearing blue. I don't tend to wear red. I think it's somewhere on my diploma that I can't. Um, I have a degree in communication studies and theater with a minor in political science and criminal justice. I know, it's bizarre. Um, uh, Amy and I were engaged when I graduated, and she was at Mankato um, studying there for her master's. So I followed her to Mankato. I worked in Minneapolis for a while. My first job out of college was at Hertz. I was the station manager at the airport there. Then 9/11 happened, and I was low manager on the totem, and I was released. And But that got me into banking. Went to a career fair at the Minneapolis Convention Center, and TCF Bank was there, and they were hiring fraud investigators, and I had a background in criminal justice. Um, so they hired me as a fraud investigator, and that kind of started me in banking. Um, but Amy and I later moved back to Sioux Falls, and I got a job at the Washington Pavilion. Um, I was an events coordinator there, and after that, worked a little bit at, I guess, more than a little bit, but I worked at Citibank, and then got my teaching certification, and I taught at Washington High School for several years. I taught theater, speech, English there, and then TCF Bank came back, and they came to Sioux Falls, and I started working for TCF again. I was in subpoena processing, managed a team there. And then TCF decided to leave me this time, and they moved operations back up to Plymouth, Minnesota. And I am currently working at the First National Bank here in Sioux Falls. I was a fraud specialist, but I just accepted a new position in the Advantage area there. First National owns all the Advantage ATMs. So I will be working in that area as a product specialist and doing some project management and some of that stuff there. What are Where's my church ministry, business activities, and so on? My family goes to St. Mark's. Like when I say my family, I mean kind of like my whole family, on my mother's side at least. Um, you'd be hard pressed to find a year I was not on finance committee. Um, I've been doing that for a long time there, and I was the president of the congregation for a year. Um, since I've been doing my MBA, I've kind of stepped back, doing some of that until I can find the time. Um, so, discuss your current understanding of the definition of servant leadership. For me, servant leadership is thinking about we and not me. I kind of boil it down to that. As you know, the leader thinking of others first before him or herself, and making sure that those on the team are taken care of. And I guess I've always said that if I know my team's taken care of, I know they're going to do the best job possible. That's kind of what I see as servant leadership, serving others before yourself. What does it mean to serve? I think that one's a little bit harder because I think serving is action. You had to put something into action, and so I guess it's a little bit harder for me to define because it's an action word, I guess. And what questions do you have about servant leadership that you hope to have answered in this course? I guess I always have questions. I'm always full of questions, as most of you know. I can't think any off the top of my head. I just want to be able to put, what I learn into action a bit more. I guess in terms of service, how best do I use what I learn to help lead and to help others? I think that kind of is overall what I'm looking for in the MBA course as a whole. But I think that's kind of what I have. I'm sure I'll think of something great once I press the stop button on this, and I'll go, oh, I should have added that. But I guess that's what typing's for. Anyway, that's me in a nutshell. I look forward to learning about you guys, and learning from you as well. Thanks.